2019, huh? We've all heard the term new year, new me. Personally, I think it's kind of stupid. You shouldn't wait until the beginning of the next year to make changes to yourself. But I did decide this year to use the new year as kind of an ultimatum and a catalyst to do something I've been thinking about for a while. This year, I decided to make some changes to the way I edit my videos with the hopes of making that process more efficient. Now, that requires 2 steps, the first of which is just good for everyone, and the second of which is going to be good for some people and bad for some other people. Some people will be indifferent to it, and it's good for me. So, do what you will with that. So the first change I made this year was to replace my computer, that big boxy thing back there. I'm gonna miss it. I'm gonna miss having the lights, the constant hum to remind me it's there. Instead of getting another boxy desktop computer to replace it, I've done quite the opposite and gone with a MacBook Pro, and I've gotten, you know, the good settings on it, the good processor, and a lot of RAM, so don't be scared about that. But I'm hoping that with this new tool, just having a laptop, I'll be able to get a lot more work done, because I don't necessarily spend all of my time at that desk. Sometimes I have a lot of downtime to edit, and I'm not right here. So I'm hoping that will be good. So that's something I'm really excited about, just having that new tool and having a way to travel around more, be more mobile, and get more work done in general. But the part that a lot of you aren't really gonna enjoy hearing probably, and the part of this that I'm gonna lose some subscribers from, is that I've decided to use this switch of the machine that I'm editing on to also switch my software. So 2019 moving forward, I'm actually gonna be using Adobe software. If you've been watching my tutorials for a while, you know I use a program called HitFilm Pro to edit. It's kind of similar to Adobe's Premiere and After Effects programs, but it's just one thing, brings it all under one umbrella, and has some different tools available too. It's also a bit less expensive, and it's just a smaller, more independent company that's making it. And if you've seen any of my tutorials, you'll probably also have heard me say that this is an absolutely incredible piece of software for editing, compositing. I absolutely love it, and I'm going to continue to promote it. That stands true, and I might even keep making a couple of videos for it. But there are a few reasons that I've decided to make the switch to the more mainstream Adobe Premiere and After Effects. One of those is to reach a wider audience. It's no secret that most of the people looking for video editing tutorials online are using Premiere and After Effects to make their projects. So I'm just trying to reach more people and build a larger community by making that switch. And even now, after me making HitFilm tutorials for a couple of years, the majority of my audience still uses Adobe software despite that. And most of the filmmakers, editors, YouTubers that I know right now are already using Adobe software, so I'm hoping to open up more opportunities for collaborating with other creators. Of course, there are some features that I'm looking forward to when I switch, like the speed ramping seems a bit more efficient, having tools like Warp Stabilizer available, but there are also certain tools and techniques that I use a lot that I'm not necessarily gonna have, like the way that I color grade is not the same in those Adobe products. But at the end of the day, the biggest reason I'm doing this is to try something new and challenge myself a little bit more than I have been. When I started out making videos, I was constantly trying out new things and learning how to do them. I'd have an effect I wanted to use in a video, and I'd turn around, watch some tutorials, figure it out, and then implement it. And that was a tedious process, but it's how I learned everything that I know and everything that I use now. And now I have this arsenal of knowledge that I'm using to put together my videos, but it's not expanding. I deadass can't remember the last time I genuinely learned something new about making these videos. So I'm hoping that by starting completely from scratch and learning this entire software, I can find along the way some new aspects of my video style and implement them, and not be doing the exact same thing every single time I make a video. Because at the end of the day, that's no way to create. One big thing I want to stress with this video is that my videos aren't going to be that different now that I'm using a different software. I always have and always will make a really pronounced effort to make my tutorials concept based. I don't like making tutorials that show you what button to press and exactly what to do to create an effect. More than showing you exactly how to replicate something someone else has done, I want to give you the ideas to go out and try something new, and enough of the concept behind it that you can figure out how to do it. Over the past years, I've had plenty of people watching my videos but using different software, and those people were still able to get the same value out of the video because they had the concept of it. So at the end of the day, I don't think this change is going to have much of an effect on your ability to follow my tutorials because they were already not specifically software based to start with. So there you go. I hope you're not too upset, and if you want to unsubscribe, go for it. You'll be missed, but I hope you don't. Well, if you're still here with me at this point in the video, I want to spend the next couple minutes talking about my goals for 2019. At the beginning of 2018, I made a video where I talked about my list of a few different things I wanted to accomplish by the end of the year, and now I've got a different list of some similar goals and some different ones too. My first goal for 2018 was to have 50,000 subscribers on this channel by the end of the year, and I think right now we've got just about almost 60,000. At the beginning of the year, 50,000 was an absolutely ridiculous goal, and there are plenty of points in the year where I seriously thought that I wasn't going to be able to do it. But here we are now at almost 60,000 on this channel, and I've decided that in 2019 I want to really keep the growth going as best I can, keep pushing harder, making better videos, making more videos, and try and get to 250,000 by the end of 2019. That almost seems more absurd now than 50,000 did a year ago. That's 250,000 people. It's absolutely ridiculous. Obviously, I'm not going to be outwardly confident enough about this as to say, oh, I bet we can do it, but I'm going to try. I'm going to try really hard. So there you go, 250,000 on YouTube by the end of this year. It's an absolutely absurd goal, but I'm going to try as hard as I possibly can to go for it. Another goal for 2019 is to make 100 tutorials this year. I've settled into this kind of like 2 video a week upload schedule, and that would be just there, and obviously I take breaks and I don't always upload a tutorial, so I'm hoping to do more in the summer, and maybe, you know, a couple of times this summer upload for 7 days a week as I've done before. But one thing last year showed me is that I don't want to just be regarded online as someone who makes tutorial videos and someone who just talks about other people's work. It's great, you know, to have that kind of recognition, but I also want my work to stand out on its own. So I want to make 12 bigger cinematic projects by the end of the year, like travel videos or cinematic vlogs. Last year I made 8 larger, more cinematic produced videos, whether that's the Iceland video or my cinematic vlogs. So this year I want to make more of an effort with this channel to show my own work, making 12 of those videos instead of the 8 that I did last year. And of those 12, I want 2 of them to have a more significant meaning and more impact than just being something fun to watch online. Whether that's a documentary or a charity project or something like that, I just want to make 2 projects this year that are more important than just me making something for the hell of it. And of course this year in general, I just want to work harder, travel more, and collaborate more. Travel's a big thing for me this year, as obviously I'm a lot more able to travel as of late. I'm 16, so I'm getting, you know, independent enough to travel on my own, take the train, take an airplane, and I'm able to, you know, drive a long distance now. I've also been making an income from my videos more consistently, and this year I intend to put most of that towards traveling and making more exciting videos. So I've said it before and I'll say it again, I couldn't be more excited for 2019 and to spend this year making more videos, working harder, and stepping out of my comfort zone a whole lot more. And I appreciate all of you who are following along right now and will continue to do so for the year of 2019. Keep creating, and I'll see you in the next video.